I've come to the conclusion that my mission in life is the attainment of sustainable liberty. This has come after contemplation on why I do the things I do and why I pursue certain objectives. And I've reached the conclusion that the objective is freedom. The objective is the attainment of freedom, having the control over the W's, the freedom multipliers, as Tim Ferriss puts it. The why you do something, the what you do, when you do it, where you do it, and with whom you do it. And that you can only do when you maximize for freedom. So it might very well be that certain outcomes or certain variables will not be maximized from the get-go, such as potential size of payoff or speed of payoff, but it does maximize freedom. So I've been thinking about it, and there seem to be 5 things that tie into it and tie into the W's. So breaking down sustainable liberty. First, whatever project you dedicate yourself to, you need to make sure it's profitable from day one. Bottom line is the most important thing. Because if it's not profitable, you're either going to lose money or you're going to have personal money, or you're going to have to take money from somebody else. And if you take money from somebody else, you are in debt to them, whether that is via interest or via equity, and your reputation is at stake. So you should work with your own money and seek to be profitable from day one, making the bottom line the most important thing. And this means maybe not optimizing for the biggest outcome, but optimizing for profitability early. And that way, one is forced to create value as quickly as possible. Ideally, the pursuit, the muse with which one is seeking to attain sustainable liberty is capable of generating cash flow, as well as having the potential for one day financing a tier 1 city lifestyle, which is New York or London, for example, even if that is not going to be the case for the first 1 to 5 years of the venture. But it has the potential to. And that is why we do things. It is to finance the liberty and not be indebted to somebody else via employment or investments. Second is being self-employed, which allows us to control with whom and when we do things. So basically not having a boss, not being employed. The third is being mobile, controlling where we are. That way we can be remote and we are free to relocate for arbitrage opportunities and just for pleasure and the appreciation of life and beauty in different places. Fourth is being entrepreneurial, which comes to what one does. Ideally, one is practicing creativity in one's venture to solve a problem for somebody else and create value for them in a way that nobody else is doing that. And it becomes a moral imperative to be entrepreneurial rather than being employed. And that dictates what one does. And finally, choosing a project that lends itself to delegation and automation, steadily increasing freedom over time. This does not mean that it is automatable from day one, but rather that one puts in the work initially, oneself, then delegates, and finally automates.